Hello everybody, welcome back to VRDuck 345, and today I am going to go over some Gorilla Tag Ghost Reactor etiquette / tips to make your Ghost Reactor run easier. And so let's start off by getting ourselves down to Ghost Reactor.
Okay, Monkey.
And so now if we can just get that to load real quick. Well, anyways, that's how it works. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now grab your card, you got your ID card. And I would highly advise taking some of my advice from this video, because if y'all don't know, oh my gosh, why is it in Paint Brawl? I don't freaking need it in Paint Brawl, it should be casual. Anyways, don't mind that. But I would highly suggest taking this advice, because I've played over, I think, around 400 hours of Ghost Reactor, and I am also, let me flip that around, I am also null -1. So I would highly advise taking this advice to make your Ghost Reactor lobby more pleasant. So let's start off by kind of just a few simple tips that will make it easier. And then we'll also kind of go over some etiquette also, so let me get into my room. And then if you don't already have a personal drop pod, if you are one of those people that doesn't know how to get them, all you do is you just go here, and I think it's like 2,000 something shiny rocks to buy that. And then the rest of these are juices to purchase. Like I bought this one for 72 juices, so... yeah, anyways, and so now I will get down just to, honestly, let's go down to an easy level. Let's just go down to 1,000. So now the door is closing, and I'm going down to Ghost, or there. Kind of annoying I have the slingshot. I should have done something about that. But yes, anyways, so now that you're down in your Ghost Reactor lobby, I want to tell you a little bit of etiquette now. So for those of you who are plebs or don't have anything, the number one thing I get in all of my Ghost Reactor lobbies when I'm playing, I'm mainly now, my main job in Ghost Reactors to help other people get the Golden Hat and Pass, and Meteor Monster and stuff. The one thing that makes this whole experience easier, if you do not do it, is beg a person to buy you something. Because not all the time, 100% of the time, everybody has the money to buy you something. So just know that might not happen. And now, let's see. Yeah, so begging for something. So let's say I have a tier 4 baton. Yes, that's impressive. Do not ask me to buy you it. It costs 1,400 every time you want to get it. See, 1,400. That is an expensive baton. I would be willing to buy you lead core, but not any of these two, because if you are bad at the game, you are most likely going to lose it. And so it is not worth my time and money to buy you one. And so now, next to etiquette. Let's say I have you're a noob and you have a tier 1 baton and a tier 1 collector. You die, or I die, and I have a tier 4 collector and a tier 4 baton. What do? Your natural instinct, let's go run in there, la-di-da, let's go steal those. Absolutely not. That makes a playthrough impossible. And I'm just going to say it, nowadays most people who are around my rank are sick and tired of people stealing their stuff, and we will rebel. That's the thing. So if you do that, expect an eye for an eye. If I see your stuff once I get my stuff, if I don't get my stuff back, I'm recycling that, and I will not give it back, period. So just know that is something some people might do if you go a little bit too far. And also, if you see somebody like kind of ignoring you, if they're asking, they're either purposely ignoring you or listening to music. Personally, I tend to mainly ignore people if they're like asking me tons and tons of questions, or I'm just silent because I don't want to talk as much. But yeah, so that is another thing. If you are constantly being a loudmouth, obnoxious person, most people probably won't listen to you. So I would highly suggest being a little bit kind and just like asking in moderation, basically. Like if I'm in the middle of trying to beat a Monkai and you're like, can you please give me shield? Give me shield! Absolutely not. That is not a way to get shield. If you want shield, wait for me to kill the Monkai, then I will give you shield. That's something that I learned from a different lobby. I was in a lobby, I think, sometime this morning, and I was just running around killing the Monkai, and I had a wrist dock with a shield gun, and I had tier 4 baton, tier 4 collector, and so I was just standing there smashing. Some kid's like, I'm in dead center in the middle of hitting the Monkai, and he's just like, give me shield, give me shield! Absolutely not, you are not getting shield! Wait until I'm done. That is another thing. And so now, tips, and I think that is about all of the etiquette. There might be a couple more etiquette things on here, such as, oh, good one. If somebody is buying a high-powered collector or a high-powered tier 4 weapon of any sort, please do not stand next to the tool-o-matic and steal it and put it on your collector. that was another thing that happened this morning. I was buying a tier 4 collector. Somebody saw that I was buying a tier 4 collector and zoomed over there and put their collector in before I could do it, and they stole it. And so, as a little bit of revenge, it costed me more money, but it was petty revenge. So I bought a tier 1 or a tier 2 collector upgrade and slapped it on that bitch because he wouldn't give it back. So that's just a little pettiness from me. But I mean, if you're trying to out here stealing my stuff and you don't give it back, yeah, you obviously are gonna expect a little pettiness. So now I have ranted about etiquette. Now let's talk about just in general what makes your ghost reactor run possible. So basically, you want to make sure you have at least a team with 3 people. I mean, I've soloed Ghost Reactor a few times, so in order to get the meteor monster to wake up, you at least need somebody else with you, because I think it's like 2 people to wake it up, because 1 person can't wake it up. So make sure you do wake it up properly. And then the rule for a monk guy, basically, at least tier 2 baton and a shield gun. And a collector. You want to make sure that you have your shield gun with you, so then each time you go run up to the monk guy to hit it, you have a shield on so you can get hit by the laser 1 time, and then run away, shield up, and then go hit it again. The collector is to collect gems to make sure you have enough to recharge your items so you aren't dying. So that's what I do when I typically solo Ghost Reactors. So that is another good piece of advice. Make sure you have a shield gun. And then for the ice levels, you want to make sure you have 1 person dedicated to collecting cores, 1 person dedicated to fighting, 1 person dedicated to flash, because a lot of the things in the ice levels are needing or have spectral armor on, and so you want to make sure you have that. So there's that. And then in order to get your money, if you're starting from 1,000, go out there and grab as many cores as you can. I don't care if you've met quota. Keep putting them in, because that is your source of money, because those levels are easy to grab cores on, so make sure you stockpile on them. And then later levels like the ice levels, yes, save your cores. But then after the ice levels, really varies depending on player to player, but personally I like to have a little bit more money at the run. Can you shut up, voice? I'm doing a video right now. And so that's what I would highly suggest. I'm trying to think. Meteor Monster. Here's a good strategy for Meteor Monster. I'm kind of go here, yeah, just some background. So Meteor Monster, basically for the Meteor Monster, you know how he's got 2 tentacles and he lifts you up one of them to the head, and you beat the freak out of the eyes, you know, you just beat him up. So here's what you do for that. Scratch getting onto the arms. Really all you need to do is jump in that center platform, and when the Meteor Monster looks down with his main eye, you beat the main eye as much as you can. And that takes out the upper eye, so you don't have to risk getting thrown. And also know, when it brings its eye closer and it's about to slam its arm down, make sure you get out of there. I've lost too many tier 4 collectors and batons doing that, so I always make sure that is a thing. And now, tools you may need for this. You might want to get at least a tier 2 collector and at least a tier 3 baton to be able to do it. It's pretty difficult, so you want to make sure you're at least part-time to be able to beat it solo, and you want to make sure you have that and a collector. And all you need to really focus on, take out that main eye, you can stun lock it. After you've gotten him down and he brings his eye down, you want to make sure you keep beating it. And even though it looks like it goes back up, it's still there. It's a glitch, and I've had it happen to me. And if you keep doing that, you can stun lock it and recharge your baton and keep smacking it. Because when you stun lock it, it can't move and spawn anything in, so that's the way to go for that. And so I think that about concludes everything that I would highly suggest for having Ghost Reactor. So now I'm just gonna head back up to HQ real quick. Sweet. Okay, so that basically concludes all my Ghost Reactor tips, and now I'm going to quickly fit this in before this video gets a little too long. But the reason I haven't been posting as much is I've been waiting to get a better headset than a Quest 2, and so now I have a Quest 3S, and it is great. Makes filming much easier, and so you might not see content from me that often because I tend to make my content kind of ish when I have the time to make content, so really be aware of that. I have a bunch of other activities going on. Well, thanks to all my fans. Please subscribe, it helps me out. I'm trying to get up to at least 1K by my channel birthday, which is April 1st. So this has been a VRDeck 3x5 video. See ya, signing out.